Good morning, everybody. It is Friday after Thanksgiving here in America, a day when we get together in large groups with families, and hopefully we did not right now because of COVID. But anyway, I'm down in San Luis Obispo, California, Central Coast. It's really a little bit further south where my dad lives, and came down on a motorcycle. Beautiful ride down Highway 1. Small gathering, me and Dad, but I can't think of anything better. Sure, might have been nice to see other people, but I hope you guys all had a fantastic gathering, whatever you were doing, by yourself or with others, safely. Please do be safe. Good friend of mine, single mom, only child, has needs. She's a nurse, operates a dog rescue center, and she passed away from COVID. So if you need an excuse to be safe, think of her son, who, she was his world, and she is gone. Let's see. Oh, I started a YouTube channel. COVID's got clubs closed and what have you, so I find myself up like this at sunrise with less things to do. I go to sleep early so I can embrace the morning, tell you amazing stories about myself. Anyway, it turns out, it doesn't seem like people, I don't know, like clicking on YouTube as much as Facebook. So I'll just put this on Facebook. But if you want to see some remotely entertaining stories on YouTube, apparently you can find my channel. I'm told it's Terry Mulrooney #2. I don't know why it would be that. But the other thing is that my written text, in a variety of different forms, my communications have been hacked. My Instagram account, for example, it's just silly, but now it lists under my title, Axminsters only. And I just left it. I'm like, okay, like my girlfriend looked it up. I didn't know what an Axminster was. I think it has something to do with crafts, artisan, I don't know. But some things were really unpleasant and threatening, and I don't want to go into it. However, I was finding it really anxiety because I would post something, somebody would change a few words, make me look like a wacko. And I was like, okay, maybe somebody just wants to compromise my public image, which is unpleasant. But then it was compromising my work, and we don't need to go into it. One way or another, you can't compromise the video, not that I'm aware of. So that was part of my motivation. The other bit of my motivation, to be honest with you, is we've been losing a lot of people to causes other than COVID. And I did do a YouTube video on parachute malfunction, which kind of goes into what how different people manage with stress and fear and the rest of it, and things that I've done that sort of was dangerous, and potentially, if you know somebody that's possibly suffering the same sort of things. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like everything was stupid. I just took risks that maybe you didn't need to do. The parachute malfunction, for example. If you think the parachute might not open, you don't have to overcome that fear and put it on your back and jump out of a bad plane in Zimbabwe. Let's see, I'm gonna climb this little peak in the back. It's called Bishop's Peak. If you're cruising down the 101, super beautiful, really nice. Then tomorrow I think I'll cruise up Big Sur, send you some photos. Super great to see my dad. Took the motorcycle down here past. I had gotten the word about my friend. I finally got reception. My friend that passed away, which really rattled me. Then I turned the next corner and somebody stopped to park. It looks like probably reached behind him to grab the camera to take a photo of this incredible scenery. You're up about 100 feet on these cliffs, looking over the ocean. It's a surf spot. And I think he forgot to put his emergency brake on. So the car went off the flipping edge. Oh my God. So this is all within minutes, right? So the car lands in the ocean. A surfer was down there, pulled the guy out. He was still breathing. Really wasn't much that I could do. The sun was going down, really windy road, no lights and stuff like that. So I didn't feel like there was any benefit to me sticking around. I really couldn't help. But do try and be safe. It got cold on the way down here. And then I'm like, when it comes to doing getting together, I don't know, like I don't really like standing in line under any circumstances. And I think I have a little bit of a respiratory issue because I put the freaking mask on and I can't flip and breathe, right? White's not my best color. It looked really cool for the first 2 days, but now it's nasty and manky and whatever. Anyway, my dad wanted to go to this outdoor church service, which is really amazing. And it's a super fantastic, charismatic priest in a safe environment. And I'm like, yeah, cool, let's do it. So we jump in the car and we bring our lawn chairs. And I jump in the seat, and I noticed an unusually cold feeling. And, you know, it's cold out. However, a very sensitive part of my body was very cold. And as it turns out, I had ripped my pants extensively on the motorcycle, but I had these leggings underneath it. So once I took these off, I was rather exposed, and it was beyond reason. I could not go in public like this. So I ran inside, and being that I'm on a motorcycle, I didn't bring a lot of clothes. So I'm like, well, I'll throw my shorts on. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to make Dad walk through his good group of people as I've got my army boots and black leggings looking like a, you know, wannabe hellion from middle school. So I was able to, unfortunately, Dad and I wear the same size pants. And I put on a pair of pants and had a fantastic church service. Guy's really good. The guy told a really funny story about having I mean, he's charismatic, truly entertaining. Tells a story, in this case, he had like this, went to go see a healer in Bali. Due to a foot problem, plantar fasciitis, and told this funny story of all the goop dripping off his body and like really humiliating and what have you. And there's another priest that kind of joked that, you know, please don't let the story end with a Indonesian love child. And I like, but it came around to an intelligent, you know, he uses sort of current and sometimes comical ways to incorporate the religious message in a rather palatable way. Truly fantastic. I'm so glad my dad has this community, because there's a limit to the options that are available, you know, in terms of socially, especially. My mom passed away not long ago, so he's in a beautiful home, in a beautiful place, alone and isolated as we all are due to COVID. But they have a daily church service that meets in a safe environment, and with an absolutely fantastic priest, two of them. So there's that. Let me think. I guess that's all I'm going to say. Oh, I can't say this though. This YouTube thing, I don't know. I think it's really fun, right? Or whatever that might be, because I had two opportunities to, I don't know, the conversation came up where I would have potentially had my own TV show. And I looked into acting at one point, which is way more difficult than you think. You see a fantastic actor on film and you repeat the words as they do, and you think, I can do that. Well, you know, when you've got to create the character and all the rest, it's a whole different thing. Really, really humbling, right? So, but I did a handful of reality TV shows: Landscape Smart, Curb Appeal, What Not to Wear. You can find a reel, it's called Sizzle Reel, whatever, the highlight reel of some of my earlier TV shows on YouTube, but I don't know how to copy it and paste it onto my own channel, which is, as I said, Terry Mulrooney, #2, I'm told, I don't know. I'm not a high-tech guy. But at any rate, in that case, though it sounds exciting, what they do is they film a pilot, float it by Pilot Week down in LA. That's when, you know, networks all kind of pick and choose who they want. And then the executive producer will modify your show a little bit and then sell it to the network, who modifies it again. You don't have creative control. And you can end up doing a show that just makes you look like an idiot, and you're kind of contracted, kind of stressful, kind of exciting just the same. You know, it was cool meeting with the execs over in Berkeley, right over on my motorcycle. Really, faux celebrity is super fun. Faux celebrity is great. People have occasionally recognized me from a TV show, and on that rare occasion, it's really cute and fun, especially if they're young and you kind of give them the sort of, keep it down, I don't want the paparazzi to know I'm here. But at any rate, Live theater. Oh my God, I'll tell you funny stories sometime about this really bad production that I was in the Fringe Festival in San Francisco. Just absolute disaster. There's nothing like being on stage when people go off script and they're trying to do an edgy. There was a naked element to it that was just, the lighting was horrible. You know, if you're going to do something like that, you got to kill it. This didn't kill it. Oh my God, it was so bad. I remember telling my mom, hey, let's make sure that she wanted to come to my the first production. And I was like, oh, yeah, why don't you let me work out the kinks first? That's another story. But anyway, live theater, you can't hide. On film, you can edit. Well, most people can. I didn't even know how to crop my little video, right? So you're going to see the whole thing. That's authentic Terry. But the other thing that's really rough, though, man, like as far as being famous, really famous, that would be a flipping nightmare. Photo celebrity, super fun. Every once in a while, see yourself in a magazine. With somebody hacking my computer and everything like that, it really made me realize what, to some degree, what celebrities would go to. I mean, can you imagine, like, if they don't get paid to be on the cover of the Inquirer or Star, whether or not Brad's dating Jen and what somebody really said. That must be humiliating. You really got to have thick skin. Politics would be the same thing. This was almost entertaining because for a moment I thought possibly, because there was wacky stuff going on, I thought maybe it was a like cheesy reality show like Breaking Point. Let's see how Terry in San Francisco is doing. Turns out it wasn't, and I still don't know what that's about. But fortunately, the sort of snarky weirdness has subsided, at least to some degree. But at some point, it was just making even my work freak me out. We don't need to go into it. I don't know what that's about. Somebody doesn't like me. Hard to imagine. Anyway, I like you, and I hope you like me too. That's all for now.